Hello and welcome to Moving Iron Podcast After the Bell with Chip Nellinger. Today I got obviously Chip Nellinger here with me again. So Chip, how you doing today, man?
Hey, good. How you doing, Casey?
Oh man, I'm doing all right. So watch the markets here. Looks like there were some positive green signs there today.
Well, moral victory. At least we didn't see a big washout like we did yesterday. So a little bit of a turnaround Tuesday in the beans. They were higher most of the day. Ended up about 5.5 higher here in the beans. Even though there were some recent rains in Argentina, it wasn't the whole growing area, and a lot of it, in a lot of cases, I think, going to be too little, too late. Now they're maybe getting some more rain later this week and over the weekend, but again, they're far enough in that there's issues now with their crop. So the bean market bounced a little bit, maybe a little overdone yesterday. Corn and wheat were pretty mixed, traded both sides all day long. Much quieter today. Kind of a nothing day here. So the market's kind of catching its breath after yesterday and kind of waiting for some more information. Of course, in the case of corn and beans, we're screaming right into, I guess, a week from this coming Thursday is the stocks and prospective plantings report. That'll be a very big day, Thursday the 29th. So that's coming up really quickly in the market. That'll be a big market mover for the market, depending on what they say on both stocks and acreage.
Okay, what are you seeing for the outside markets right now?
Pretty mixed bag as well. We're seeing the dollar higher today. Stock market's been mixed. The Federal Reserve is meeting today and tomorrow, so it's expected that they're going to increase interest rates by 0.25%. So there's always some potential volatility around any Federal Reserve meeting. The financial markets are a little bit nervous right now. So they've had kind of a narrow range, choppy. You do see, in general, the interest rates creeping up just a little bit today, like on Treasury bond futures. You've got the dollar higher, but we'll see. Crude oil had a nice move. I don't know that there's any news there, but crude oil's up about $1.40. But the big news there in the financial is going to be whatever the Fed decides as far as interest rates go. And not only that, but then kind of what the wording is of what they're thinking out beyond this interest rate maneuver. Are they more aggressive in talking that they're going to increase quicker, or are they dialing that back in so the market will hang on what they say for, kind of the future projections as well?
Great. All right, Chip. Well, anything else you think we should hit on before we shut it down here?
Yeah, pretty quiet day today. This trade issue is ongoing, particularly China. There's some talk that maybe by this weekend there'll be some specific announcements from the Trump administration on exactly, what that means, at least the first barrage of that. So that can definitely affect all our markets, but maybe kind of choppy here for the rest of the week. See what the Fed says here on interest rates. And, I would expect that it's going to be fairly choppy, hoping that we can, hold things together in the grains. The cattle got beat up again today. They traded both sides, but cattle are just pretty ugly here despite, ongoing fairly strong cash trade. It's not cash related. It's not fundamentally related necessarily, but you just see a lot of liquidation from the funds and a lot of selling pressure the last 3 weeks in live cattle. So hopefully that's going to be running its course here. We can find some stability in our ag markets here into the end of the week.
Yeah. Is the cattle market there's always old saying is cattle is tied to stock market. So with the stock market volatility right now, is that you see some of that driving the cattle market a little bit?
Yeah, I think it has. We've seen some fairly decent corrections here. I think that might have been yesterday. The stock market got hit pretty hard. So whether it's right or wrong, the cattle market does sometimes take its cue and is correlated to intraday moves in the stock market, especially when there's not much news to talk about. Stock market today is pretty quiet. I think all these markets are just waiting on more information on, what the Fed says.
Okay.
So
good. All right, Chip. So where guys find you if they want to get a hold of you?
Yeah, best way is just call our office here, 309-550-7213. Be happy to talk to you.
Great. And remember to check out Moving Iron Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, and SoundCloud. And also check out the Moving Iron YouTube channel where you can see this video of Chip as well. So, Chip, thanks for being on the show, man.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Okay, we'll talk at you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye.